Hello and welcome to the Truthful Misconceptions podcast. Today I want to talk to you about poverty. Every system produces exactly the result it was designed to produce. So when poverty stays with us for decades despite massive spending, the question isn't whether people care. It's whether the system is actually built to end it. We've created programs, agencies, and entire careers around fighting poverty. And yet the number of people who depend never seems to truly shrink. That's not an accusation, it's an observation. Helping someone in a crisis is necessary, but help that never leads to independence stops being help. A safety net is meant to catch you when you fall and then help you stand back up. But many programs today don't work that way. Instead, they make progress risky. Work a little more and you lose your benefits. Earn slightly more and you could lose health care. Improve your situation and suddenly everything is on the line. In some cases, earning just a few $1,000s more could cost a family tens of thousands in support. That sends a clear message. Don't move. The people receiving help are not the problem. The structure of help is. A system that discourages progress isn't broken. It's operating exactly as it's designed. This isn't about assuming bad intentions. Most politicians likely believe that they're helping, but systems don't run on intentions. They run on incentives. If a politician promises independence, they risk losing influence. They promise permanent assistance, they gain long-term loyalty. When housing, food, medical care, and basic survival are tied to government programs, the government becomes more than just support. It becomes essential. And when survival depends on the system, changing the system feels dangerous. That's why programs expand but rarely end. That's why it's measured in dollars spent, not people freed. A program that worked would shrink over time. Most never do. Work used to offer something important, stability. Many jobs paid enough to live on. Skills mattered. Workers had leverage. Over time, that balance has shifted. Businesses focus more on short-term returns. Jobs become less stable. Wages stop keeping up with the cost of living. This isn't about blaming workers or employers. It's about recognizing that when work stops providing security, dependency grows. Most people don't want to depend on government. They want stability. They want dignity. But if working full time still leaves you struggling, if childcare costs more than your paycheck, if one raise can make you lose your health care, choosing assistance isn't laziness. It's a rational response to broken incentives. The problem isn't that people accept help. It's that the system makes independence harder than dependency. Let me give you a real life example that plays out across our country every day. A single mother with two kids gets a full-time job. She's doing exactly what she was told to do. Her pay goes up slightly. Not a promotion, not a big jump, just modest progress. But the raise pushes her out of their income threshold. She loses childcare assistance. She loses part of her food support. Her rent goes up. Her health care becomes more expensive. By working more, she ends up with less. She faces a choice that sounds bad, but isn't irrational. Work harder and fall behind, or reduce hours and stay stable. This isn't a personal failure. It's a system that punishes improvement. And when this happens again and again, people don't stop caring. They stop climbing. Real solutions look different. They would remove the benefit cliffs, reward effort instead of punishing it, support work, trade, and local jobs, measure success by fewer people needing help. Most importantly, they would reduce the size of the system over time. That outcome never seems to be the goal. Poverty doesn't survive because of lack of compassion. It survives because too many powerful systems rely on it. Real help should make itself unnecessary over time. A system that never shrinks is not a solution. Dependency isn't dignity, and compassion that traps people isn't compassion at all.